Welcome back, dear students. So as you all know that we are dealing with the chapter on banking recurring deposit accounts. So let's continue with the same exercise. Okay, so as you all know, we are dealing with exercise 2a. So from exercise 2a, I am taking question number 10 for today. So question says, Mr. Gulati has a recurring deposit account of rupees 300 per month. If the rate of interest is 12% and the maturity value of this account is 8,100, find the time. So you need to find the time in years. So generally when you deal with RD, you deal with months, isn't it? But here you need to find your time in years of this recurring deposit account. So let's see what are the things that are given to us. So we don't have the time given to us, so that's why I'm taking the time to be n itself for now. Monthly installment is given to be rupees 300, isn't it? And rate of interest is given to be 12% per annum. Okay, so these three things are given to us. Now let's see what are the things that we need to find. So first and foremost, we need to find the n, isn't it? So for finding n, first let's find the simple interest using this formula. So what is P? P is 300, R is 12, and others, that is n. N is n itself because we don't know the value of n. Yes, so that's why, see, P is 300, so 2 and 12 are in its position. So instead of R, I've written 12. So 12 and 12 gets cancelled, this 100 and 300 also gets cancelled. So it's actually 3 by 2. Yes, so 3 by 2 is 1.5 into this particular thing. Okay, fine. So 1.5 into n plus 1 is your simple interest. Okay, now let's find what is the maturity value. So all of you know the formula is P into n plus simple interest. Isn't it the simple interest? Yes. So here you know that 300 into n is 300n. So 1.5 n into n is 1.5 n square. So you have got plus here. So 1.5 into 1.5 n into 1 is 1.5 n. Okay. Now you know that the given maturity value is 8,100, isn't it? Yes. So see, this is also your maturity value. This is also your maturity value. That means they must be same. That is, they must be equal. Now if you arrange this, let me write this n square in front, then you get this one. Okay, and see here, so you have 300n plus 1.5n is 301.n. Okay, I'm sorry, 301.5n. So this comes over here, becomes minus 8,100 equals to 0. Now this is your quadratic equation which you have not seen in your class 10 as of now. Okay, this chapter comes later, but you know how to factorize this. Okay, so before factorizing this, we will divide all the signs. Okay, so both in the left hand side and right hand side we will divide by 1.5. so I'm not showing you the division part. So when you divide 1.5 by 1.5, you get 1. So we have just n square in front of. Okay, now 301.5, when you divide it by 1.5, check it. Okay, I want to see your work in your copy. So you get 201 if you divide 301.5 by 1.5, so you will get 201. And similarly, when you divide 8,100 by 1.5, you will get 5,400, and this will be equals to 0. When you divide 0 by 1.5, it will remain 0 as well. Now here you factorize using middle term. Okay, so I'm not showing that part because you have learned that in your class 8 and class 9 as well. So I want to see that part in your copy as well. Okay, so I don't want to see you doing this directly. So when you factorize it, you get this, and see, this is one number, this is another number. So when you are multiplying these two, you are getting 0. So when you multiply two numbers and you get 0, that means any one of them has to be 0. Okay, so we get either this is equals to 0 or this is equal to 0. Okay, now from here we have, if this is equals to 0, then n becomes this goes over there to the right hand side and you get, okay, so one more case, and let me mention it here only. So either this has to be 0 or this has to be 0. So when it goes over there, you get minus 225, and when it goes over there, you get n equals to 24. Now, what is n actually? N is a number of months. So can it be negative? No. So n equals to minus 225 is not my answer. So my answer is n equals to 24 months. Okay. So you need to find your time in years, isn't it? So n equals to 24 months means how many years? It is exactly 2 years. So that's why your answer for this particular question is 2 years. So you may pause the video and note down the solution. Okay, let's have a look at this question now. So question says, Mr. Gupta opened a recurring deposit account in a bank. He deposited 2500 per month for 2 years. At the time of maturity, he got rupees 67,500. Find number 1, the total interest earned by Mr. Gupta. Number 2, the rate of interest per annum. Okay, so first and foremost, you are asked to find what is the rate of interest. So that's why I'm taking rate to be R% itself. Okay, principal, that is the monthly installment is 2500. Okay, and number of months is, it is actually 2 years. So if you convert this into months, you get 24 months. Okay, now you know that maturity value. Okay, so maturity value is given to be this much, isn't it? Now let's see how much money you have deposited. See, every month you are depositing 2500 and you are depositing it for 24 months. So the total amount which you have deposited is 2500 into 24, which is rupees 60,000. So in 2 years you are going to deposit this much and you are getting this as your maturity value. That means this is obviously bigger. So that's why your interest, okay, that is the extra amount which you are getting, is subtract this, whatever you have deposited, from whatever you are getting. So here you see that this turns out to be exactly 7500. Okay, so your interest is 7500. Now what is formula for interest? Interest formula is this one, isn't it? And this interest is turning out to be this much. Now let's put the values. So you know that P is 2500, N is 24, okay, and you don't know the value of R. So when you simplify this, you will definitely find that the value of R turns out to be 12. So that's why your rate of interest is 12%. So your first answer is here and your second answer is here. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down the solution. Okay, so I have given few homework here. So with this we complete the chapter on banking. Now you must be wondering that we have got one more exercise, that is 2B. Remember, all the exercises which are given at the end, the last exercise from particular chapter, is for you to practice. Okay, so that's a revision part, so that you will do by yourself, but for now you can try this much. Okay, so if you are able to do these many questions, then you will definitely be able to do the next exercise as well. So with this we close. Thank you very much.